Hey, Mike Phillips down here, 3D Garage. This is a 1954 Kaiser Darrin. It's a fiberglass car. They only built about 300 of these. Now, in a previous video, I shared the products plus all the before and after videos and pictures of how this interior looked before I started. Now that I've got the interior done, I'm going to tackle the outside. Now, to the average person, when they look at this car, it looks like it doesn't need anything, kind of like this old two-door Dodge. They don't look like they need anything, but you need good lights. You know, you have to have good lights to be able to tell exactly what is taking place at the surface level. For some reason, I always hate doing this, but on light colors, especially things like yellow, it seems to blow out the camera when you're looking at it. Let's see if I can just get overhead light. Okay, so, and you got to put your finger down there so the camera can have something to focus on. There's a bunch of marring, like right out here. There, see that? But let me throw this roll finder light down here, and I'm getting ready to do a test spot, and I'll come back and show you the before and after difference. So, there you can see. Look, it's just, see if I bring the light down, if I bring the light up and down, you know, it just seems to blow out on these light colors. But I think you can get my point. Let me try to zoom in. Okay, so this is what the entire finish looks like on this car. Some places are worse than others. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a test spot. And what I wanna use is, I wanna knock this whole thing out with speed. This is our AIO. It's an all-in-one. Uses the 3D abrasive technology, and it also includes Montan wax. Okay, so I want to be able to knock this out in one step. I've already done all the mechanical decontamination, and to do that, since I got it over here, I'm going to put everything on this table here to show you everything I used to do this car inside and out. But this is the 3D detailing clay towel, and I just clayed the heck out of this thing, or toweled the heck out of this thing. So let me go ahead and put some tape down. I'll do a test spot, come back and show you the before and after. Then after that, I'm just gonna turn on the beast, and I'm gonna go to town on this thing. One of the things I like about speed is you can do speed detailing with speed and a beast. You can't do it with free spinning polishers because they just take too long. With the beast, you can go as fast as humanly possible while keeping your quality high. Stay tuned. Okay, so when I do my test spots, when I teach these in my classes, I show doing 8 solid section passes. You know, you could do 2 or 3 or 4, you could do 20, but 8's just a pretty good number. It'll let you know where you're at as far as soft paint or hard paint, and you should be able to see some results if it's hard paint. If it's soft paint, you'll probably remove the defects after pass 2 or 3. But just to start out on most cars, I'm just gonna do 8 section passes. Now, one of the things I practice, by the way, there's 3 pea-sized drops. One of the things I practice and teach in my classes is to count your section passes out loud. And here's why. If you don't, it's natural for the mind to wander and you'll forget where you're at. And so what most guys will do is, since they forgot where they're at, and say you dialed in your process from your test spot, and you found out that you actually have to do, say, 8 solid section passes for each section of paint to remove the defects to your expectations. So the number's just 8 for round numbers. So if you're out here in the garage or your garage and you're detailing a car and you're counting out your section passes, but you forget where you're not counting them out and you forget where you're at, what most guys will do is, since they know it's taking around 8, is they'll do a few extra to make sure they pull the swirls and scratches out so they don't got to come back and do it later. Well, if you extrapolate how many times you do a few extra passes because you forgot where you're at, if you extrapolate that out over the entire time it takes to buff out a car, you're wasting about an hour of time. So instead, just implement the practice of counting your section passes, however many that is, out loud, and you can actually shave an hour off your buffing time. Anyway, let me demonstrate that. So I'm just gonna tackle a section about, here's the mirror, so here's center, here's my tape line, and then here's 2 edges. So I'm just gonna do 8 solid section passes after I spread the product out. Okay, that doesn't count as a section pass because all I've done is spread my product out so I have a uniform layer of both abrasives and the lubricating components of the product so you don't scour the paint. So now I will do 8 solid section passes, and I am on the 6-speed setting on the Flex Beast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, the first thing I'm gonna do is turn my pad upside down and look to see if I'm pulling color. I have no idea if this is base coat, clear coat, or single stage, and obviously it's base coat, clear coat because I'm not pulling any of this yellow vanilla colored paint. Some people want to know how hard I'm pushing down. I'd say I started at about 20, then brought my pressure up a little bit for the last few passes. Now I'm gonna wipe this off, and then I'm gonna come grab the camera and we'll put the swirl finder light on here and I'll show you what I see. Okay, first, just kind of a close-up of the pad. See that? No pigmented paint, no yellow paint. Okay, so then here's before and after. I don't think the overhead lights are, they kind of show you the difference. So let me throw the trusty, dusty scan grip down here. Okay, so here's before. God, it just blows out these light colors. Here's after. Before, after. Okay, so anyway, that's going to be my process then. This is kind of a common process for me. If the customer doesn't want a coating, like this 68 Charger is actually here for a ceramic coating, and again, it looks good, but you start getting down, look at all the scratches. See that? Need something to focus on. So this thing's going to need a full paint correction. But if the customer doesn't want to pay for ceramic coating, or they don't need it, this is going to be a garage kept car. It only goes out a few times a year. Speed is a great AIO, and I do speed detailing with Speed. I can probably knock this car out. It's a little bit complicated. You get up here, let me just show you something. See this funky little front end here? Getting into those deep concaved curve areas with the gear driven polish is going to be tough. I'll probably knock those out with the Rotary, so then all I got to do is come back and pull my holograms out. But I would expect about 4 hours from start to finish. Anyway, stay tuned. When I'm done, I will come back and do a walk around video and show you everything I used, including how many pads it took to do this job right. Okay, so I am all done. And before I started the machine polishing, I took a picture of this, it's an online clock. It was 6:03 when I started. It's 8:57. So if I do my math correctly, that's 2 hours and 54 minutes, 53 minutes. Anyway, here's the results, and then I'll show you everything I used. And by the way, I was able to, as I expected, take the PE14 with an 8-inch pad and this extreme concave curves, come in here and just massage this all around in there and knock out all the swirls and scratches, and then come back with a foam pad on the Beast and make sure there's no holograms. Buffing included all the headlights, all the chrome grille, the chrome bumper, the bezel. And anyway, here's the results. It just looks like liquid glass now. You know, everybody thought it looked good when it got here, and it did to the average person. These are the seats I did a full video on cleaning. Machine polished out the plastic taillights. They are all scratched up. Polished out the cap, rear bumper. Anyway, a really cool car. This is what I call a bucket list car. I have never worked on a 1954 Kaiser Darrin. Never, not once in my life. I've seen them at car shows, never worked on them. By the way, I machine scrubbed the tires. Also, you know, cleaned, of course, the wheels and the hubcaps and dressed them to finishing touches. Got all the door jambs, did the whole dash, steering wheel, mirror, side windows, you know, everything. And here's a little tip, you know, on these classic cars, in order to get the Flex Beast in here, and I did, I put it up on edge and just went in here and around all these areas. Unlike a free spinning tool, the Beast will not stall out, so you can go up on edge. And but I just kind of used some tape to just pull these up a little bit more, so there's no way I could have caught any part of this into the spinning pad and yanked them off. You can probably go down to the auto parts store and buy a wiper blade for your Honda, but I'll guarantee you, you cannot go down to the auto parts store and buy a wiper arm and blade for a 1954 Kaiser Darrin. Anyway, cool car. Kind of unique looking the way they did the grill and the front bumper there. And then real quickly, here's everything I used. I did a waterless wash using 3D wipe. It works great to remove anything off the car. And then I mechanically, well, I did the baggie test. It utterly failed. I had the owner do it too before he left. Then I used the wipe with the detailing clay towel. So I used the wipe for both the washing and the claying. By the time you do that twice, you know, go over that paint job twice with 3D wipe, that sucker's clean. Machine scrub the tires with my favorite way, which is the PE14 5-inch diameter, 1.5-inch bristle. They call it a DA brush or a rotary brush, but it works really good. I also use that to clean the seats, you know, so the seats, the back of the seats, any vinyl in there got machine scrubbed. And I used LVP on the seats and the tires. LVP conditioner to condition the seats. And then I used the 3D 510 premium rubbing compound with the wool pad on the rotary for some random isolated deeper scratches, rids, and also to get into that front cove area. Then I came back and machine polished everything using 3D speed. And let's count how many pads. There's none on the polisher. This is the Flex Beast. You can tell by the cast aluminum head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 pads. And do you see the brown color kind of right here? There's some over here too. See the brownish? Okay, so that's just years of dirt film building up on the paint, you know, and it didn't come off when I waterless wash it or clayed it, but it does come off when you polish it. Then I used Bead It Up. It's a polymer coating, and I used Bead It Up on everything, the glass, the bumpers, the grill, the paint, just anything that was smooth and hard got Bead It Up. And I always pour I always tell people, you're gonna love this product, so you might as well buy it by the gallon, pour it off in a 32-ounce bottle, and get a really good spray head that atomizes really good, because when you get to this level of smoothness, you don't need to be squirting the product on. I also take the wipe and pour it off into 32-ounce bottles, and as a pro detailer, it's just handy to have plenty of product as you're walking around kind of working on it. And then Magic Blue tire dressing. This is a solvent-based tire dressing. And these are some older white walls, so I machine scrubbed them twice. Got them a lot wider. They're not perfect, but they look good. And then I just hand applied the Magic Blue, and then massaged it really good, and then took a tatty terry cloth towel and just massaged any excess off. So they're not greasy, they're not oily, they're protected, they got a nice clean finish to them, but it's almost, it's dry to the, here I'll show you, it is dry. It is dry to the touch. So there you go, 1953 Kaiser Darrin, or 1954 Kaiser Darrin, sorry, made a mistake there. I'll go pull the tape off that, and it's time to shut down 3D Garage. I'm not sure if I'm going to shoot a video on this tomorrow. Oh, no, I will. I'm going to shoot a video. So I'm going to machine sand the back window on the 68 Charger, and then I'm going to use the new 3D glass polish to pull some scratches out. Cool car. Thanks for watching. And remember, you can get all the products you see me use at 3dproducts.com.